Enya, and today I'm going to present a character of the Elizabethan age. His name was Philip Sidney. Philip Sidney was an English poet. He is remembered as one of the most prominent figures of the Elizabethan age. Sidney was successful in more than one branch of literature, but no one his work was published during his lifetime. Some of the Sidney's works was Astrophel and Stella, The Defense of Poesy, and The Contents of Pembroke's Arcadia. Philip became, for many Englishmen, the epitome of the courtier, educator, and also political, but at the same time generous, courageous, and impulsive. He never became anything other than marginal figure in the politics of his time, but he was immortalized as a flower of English virility in the work of Edmund Spenser Astrophel. According to this, in my opinion, Philip was a gentleman person because all the time he acted with prudence, but also when their beliefs were against reality, he fights for change the situation. Also, I think that it's amazing how a man could control their thoughts and their actions, and even he was impulsive, their decisions were appropriate with his beliefs.
Hello, Sir Sidney. It is a pleasure to be able to have this conversation. Thank you very much for your time. And we all know his amazing career, and I wonder if you could do this small but important interview with us.
It's a pleasure to start with you, Paola.
Thank you so much. So let's start with the first question. Who were you?
Well, this question is easy. I was an English poet, courtier, scholar, and soldier. I'm remembered as one of the most prominent figures of the Elizabethan age.
Okay, thank you. Then, what is the Elizabethan era?
Well, the Elizabethan era is the epoch in the Tudor period of the history of England during the reign of Queen Elizabeth in 1588 and 1603. Some historians often depict it as the golden age in the English history.
Thank you, Matt. Very interesting. Then, why did you withdraw from court?
Well, it's a curious story because I told Edward de Bere to a duel, but the Queen Elizabeth forbade it. So I wrote the Queen a long letter detailing the regardless of the French marriage, but Queen Elizabeth was angry at my supposed presumptuousness, and so I decided to withdraw from the court.
Okay, now tell us, how do you consider poetry?
Well, it's an interesting question. I consider poetry as the most exalted of the arts, creator of alternative worlds, and also that dissimulate the mind.
Okay, can you mention an anecdote that most characterizes you?
Yes, of course. Maybe there is an anecdote where I proved my nobility. While I was dying in 1586, I saw a wounded and thirsty soldier, and in this moment, both fight for our lives. But that soldier looked like he was dying. Only so I took my bottle of water and said to him, "Your need is greater than mine, so drink my water."
Yeah, okay. So, who was your ally in the Battle of Sudpen?
Oh, he's a good person. He was John Norris. He was an English soldier, the son of Henry Norris, and also he was a lifelong friend of Queen Elizabeth.
Oh my God. What were some of your works?
Well, first, it's important that I mention that no one of my works was published during my lifetime, but some one of my works was Astrophel and Stella, The Defense of Poesy, and the contents of Pembroke's Arcadia.
Okay, thank you. What is Astopel and Stella about?
Well, this is the first of the famous English sonnet sequences, it containing 108 sonnets and 11 songs.
So, how did the English see you?
I think that I was an epitome of the courtier, educated and political, but at the same time, they see me like a generous, courageous, and impulsive man. I was a marginal figure in the politics of my time.
Wow. Now, the final question. What was the reason of your death?
Well, um, in 1585, I was fighting against Spain in the Protestant forces, but in one of the struggles, I was hit by a bullet in the thigh. It became infected, causing gangrene, and 26 days later, I died when I was 31 years old.
Oh my God, you was very young. Okay, so thank you so much. Interesting everything we could collect in these questions. A little about his life and his career, all is important and interesting. Well, Sir Philip, Sidney, once again, the pleasure is mine. And thank you for the honesty.
The pleasure is mine, Paola. Thank you. Thank you. See you.
See you.
Well, my experience with this character was amazing because when you act, you can feel or thought like the character used to. But also, in my opinion, it's difficult to find a character like Sidney because he was prudent, and most of the time, all the men's that story are violent, imprudent, and so on. So Sidney have a lot of qualities, especially he was prudence. He um, he act according to beliefs, and even he was impulsive. Is not important, but their decisions were appropriate with his beliefs. So these type of activities I like, and I hope to do these activities in the future. See you soon, and thank